This is Murder Guy King. I'm gonna do a movie review on Creed, the third Creed. I like this movie. This movie was cool. It was 2 hours long. It went by pretty fast. A lot of action, a lot of drama. And this was one of the best Creed movies so far. The best one out of the trilogy for me. And I really enjoyed this movie. It was good. And it's good to see two foundational black American actors do their thing. And I'm glad Sylvester Stallone went in this movie. I didn't want to see him. And Michael B. Jordan did a great job. A great job on this movie. Directing this movie and starring in this movie. And it was a good movie. Very good movie. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 10 out of 10. Jonathan Majors was good in this movie. These two dudes were in top-notch shape. Jonathan Majors, he kind of reminded me of Mike Tyson a little bit in this movie. Being that said, I give this movie a 10 out of 10, but what I didn't too much care for is the backstory. How Dame, played by Jonathan Majors, he went to jail for trying to help Michael B. Jordan's character, Adonis Creed. Adonis Creed, when he was a little boy, he just ran away and left the dude Dame by himself to get in trouble. I ain't too much care for that part. That was cowardly. And I ain't like that part of the movie. But also, they kind of fast-tracked this movie because when Dame got out of jail, he got like a little, I don't know, it was like a little, what you call that, like one of those homes when dudes get out of jail. It was like a little hotel room he was in, or something like that. Then he fights the Mexican guy Felix, and I winning the title. Then all of a sudden he in a big-ass house with some girl. I'm like, okay. Then he was at like a little beach party when he won the championship. And he won the titles off the Mexican dude. I'm like, what the hell? Then he had a whole crew around him all of a sudden. I'm like, okay, where this came from? So how this dude go from being in a little hotel room or halfway house, wherever it was, to a big old house? It looked like he was in a big old house after he won those titles. And then it didn't give no time frame after he won the championships from the Mexican dude. Didn't give no kind of time frame or nothing. I don't know how long he been living in that place, how long he been messing with that woman, how long he been having his own little crew. Didn't say nothing like that. They just fast tracked that, just went all over it. I'm like, oh, so how this dude move into this place? When this dude get some money? They didn't show nothing about him getting no money, doing nothing, spending no money, living the life or nothing. They just went straight forward to him and Adonis Creed having a fight. I'm like, okay. He didn't have no big old party. Well, he did have a little beach party, but I'm like, how this dude go from being, like I said, being in a halfway house or a hotel room with a monitor on his leg to living in a big old house with some chick, and he on the dang phone talking to Adonis Creed on a first take at night. Okay. It looked like it was nighttime, and he called him in the first take with Stephen A. Smith. I ain't too much care for that part in the movie, but okay. But they did, gloss over a bunch of stuff, little minute things, especially when this guy, Dame, Jonathan Majors, he went from, like I said, living in a halfway house to living in a little house or condo, wherever he was in. I'm like, okay, didn't show him buying that, didn't show him doing none of that. Okay. But this movie had a lot of training montages. You know how Rocky is. They use that from the Rocky movies. It was your typical boxing movie. But it was good, though. And at the end of the movie, Jonathan Majors ended up losing on Adonis Creed, and Adonis Creed character, Michael B. Jordan, his character, got a little deaf girl, and he was teaching her how to box, so I guess she gonna be the new Creed go ahead and make some more movies off the franchise with her, the little deaf girl. She was cool in the movie. I like that little aspect, the dynamic of the movie where she was learning how to fight by watching her dad, which was cool. I like that. It was heartwarming. But they should have made Jonathan Majors more of a bad guy. He was a bad guy, but they could have took it a little bit further. They didn't do that. He could have been a better villain, but they didn't do that. And that was disappointing in the movie. But I still give it a 10 out of 10, though. It was a phenomenal movie. Some good black actors. Nobody was doing no nonsense. No shucking and jiving, no Uncle Tom, and none of that going on in this movie. It was great. But that's been my review of Creed 3. All hail to the God King, Church, Tabernacle, and Preach. I'm a holler.